Follow the traces. Explore roots deep. Learn from the past. Futures to reap. Stay tuned for Qingqiao Safety. Detective. Chapter 3. Unexpected Crime. By 8 o'clock in the evening on July 16th, after 4 hours of desperate survival, Bert and the children finally managed to escape safely. In the deserted surroundings, Bert remained vigilant. After counting and ensuring all were present, he led the children to an empty road. Exhausted but determined, the children noticed a nearby guardhouse and ran to it, where they called the police for help. The police and FBI agents swiftly arrived upon receiving the call, joined by reporters who rushed to the scene after hearing the news. He grew, having narrowly escaped danger, was promptly transported to the nearest medical center for a short rest and health checks. Later, the 27 individuals were put on a bus heading back to Chowchilla. In the one day between disappearance and rescue, they seemed to have lived through a life-and-death ordeal. Despite the efforts of the FBI, the investigation faced significant challenges as the kidnapper had concealed his identity by wearing stockings over his head, making it difficult to identify him due to his extremely deformed face. At 4 a.m. on July 17th, the anxious parents finally saw their children after a long wait, and the crowd burst into cheers. People in the town knew that the children had been successfully rescued, and everyone's hearts were finally relieved. However, the purpose of the kidnappers who orchestrated the ordeal remains unclear. Despite holding the 27 hostages for over 30 hours, neither their parents nor the police received any letters or phone calls demanding ransom. The FBI conducted a meticulous search and thorough analysis of the abandoned trucks buried underground. Since the truck was buried within the quarry, the investigators scrutinized the quarry owner and its employees. Workers at the quarry reported seeing 3 men digging holes in the quarry a few days before the kidnapping. This information led to the inference that the suspect had unrestricted access to the quarry, spent considerable time digging pits, and could drive waste trucks into the pits, indicating that the suspect likely possessed the key to the quarry. The main suspect in the case is 24-year-old Bruce, the son of the quarry owner. Surveillance tapes from the quarry revealed the presence of Bruce along with 2 others, brothers Billy and Dave. Upon searching the quarry owner's property, the police discovered a light machine gun, a kidnapping plan, and a $2.5 million ransom note. Realizing that their location had been exposed and unable to escape responsibility, Bruce, Billy, and Dave had already fled. The 3 suspects, Bruce, Billy, and Dave, hailed from affluent families with prominent backgrounds. Bruce's parents were well off, and the father of the brothers was a renowned podiatrist in San Francisco. They lived in a mansion with their parents, enjoying a privileged upbringing. The perplexing question lingers: what drove them to commit such a major kidnapping and extortion case? Their involvement in a failed investment project, coupled with a reluctance to admit their setbacks to their parents, drove them to desperately seek funds to bridge the financial gap. Driven by the belief that California's financial strength would prompt an extensive government rescue effort, they saw an opportunity to extort ransom by kidnapping. They targeted children, assuming their vulnerability and ease of control. In their first attempt at crime, the trio carefully planned the school bus hijacking, tracking its route, modifying a prison van, and building an underground bunker. The initial phase proceeded smoothly, but disagreements arose on the subsequent steps. Chaos ensued when attempting to make the ransom demand call. The police department's phone lines were overwhelmed with calls from concerned parents. Amidst the news of the kidnapping of 26 children, inquiries flooded in not only from local California residents but also from media outlets worldwide. While the actual ransom call had no opportunity to get through. Exhausted from the lengthy drive and burying the truck, the trio decided to take a nap, planning to make the ransom call later. However, upon waking up, they were shocked to see on the news that the Chowchilla children had returned home safely. Realizing the kidnapping plan had failed, and the police would soon link it to them. The three hastily packed their bags and fled in different directions. During the pursuit, Dave initially couldn't bear the pressure and voluntarily surrendered to the police. 2 weeks later, Billy was arrested upon returning home. Bruce was captured by the Vancouver police in Canada and handed over to the FBI. Following a subsequent trial, the three confessed to kidnapping and were sentenced to life imprisonment. This major case has heightened society's concern about the safety of teenagers. The government and various sectors are now placing greater emphasis on campus security and student protection. The incident has also led to increased public awareness and vigilance against such crimes. This incident serves as a reminder that we should not only promote a people-oriented education system and enhance prevention awareness at the societal and family levels but also instill safety awareness in children's daily lives. Encouraging self-awareness, teaching them to stay calm and composed in challenging situations, and fostering resourcefulness and adaptability are crucial. Additionally, when faced with adversity, waiting for rescue should not mean giving up the chance of survival. Active self-rescue measures should be undertaken while ensuring personal safety. Simultaneously, teenagers should undergo deliberate training to acquire essential self-rescue knowledge and skills. Much like teenager Chris and his friends in this case, this training equips them to regain composure during critical moments and respond appropriately. In the small town of Chowchilla, driver Bert and the 26 children participated in a celebratory float parade and visited Disneyland together. The indescribable and unforgettable ordeal of more than 30 hours may be over, and the children will surely return to their ordinary days to continue their lives. However, the story of these brave teenagers who survived has resonated widely. It serves as inspiration for anyone facing desperate situations. Even in darkness, even when surrounded by iron walls, as long as hope is not lost, there remains a chance to welcome the dawn of life.